The first of them was a Datasmith exporter, which we built using an Epic Mega Grant. And the initial feedback was amazing. Here you can see this is a user of ours called Virtuart. They're from Brazil, and they build all of that with our software called Synchro 4D. And then we have the Datasmith exporter that exports all that animation data into Unreal Engine. It's the feedback was absolutely great, but still, Datasmith was a manual export and no synchronization with the cloud, and it couldn't hold really complex projects still. So all of those offshore petrol stations and huge reactors couldn't be used with the Datasmith exporter. That brought us to another solution, which is mesh streaming. We presented our own mesh streaming solution called 3DFT 2 years ago in Unreal Fest. I won't go super deep into how 3DFT works because it was a tech preview that we built to do a little bit of research on how mesh streaming would work using our platform. But basically what it did was do a connection with the iTwin platform, and in a matter of seconds, you had all the geometry in Unreal already optimized, already decimated, and in different LODs, so it would only load what was more important for, or what was in front of the user, as LOD works. You all know how that works. So throughout the past 2 years, we've been testing a lot of what mesh streaming means to our users. It's been 2 years of continuous testing, gathering feedback, and seeing how viable of a solution it was. We had really great feedback, but they demanded more features. For example, we didn't have collisions, we didn't have complex materials. There is a large part of the iTwin platform, which is point clouds, LiDAR scans, and photogrammetry that wasn't supported with 3DFT. So it was a really successful test technology, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't just there yet. Here, a little bit more of the use cases that we did with 3DFT. Basically, we adopted it to all of our new Unreal Engine projects. Were fully based on mesh streaming. So I don't believe I've exported an FBX in the past 2 years. It's all via mesh streaming connection directly to our cloud. As you can see, it's a lot of digital twins, visualization of data, all contextualized within the user's projects, or even in cities. We've been using a lot of cesium to contextualize all of that. And as I said, we're using real user projects, but within our own prototypes, just to show what the technology could be. That led us, all those 2 years of gathering feedback, to at one point say, okay, this is a valid solution, lots of people want it. How can we now go the extra step to really make a proper plugin and SDK? So that brings us all the way to this week, where we just right now published our new plugin, which is built on top of the cesium tiles. And as the same way as 3DFT, it connects directly with the iTwin platform. You can have photogrammetry data. You can have our iModels, which come from any type of CAD, Revit, anything, all streamed into Unreal, no file export, really, really good performance. And here you can see more of it with photogrammetry scans. This is from a bridge in Minnesota. Even though it's built on top of the cesium 3 tiles, which is an open format, which is what we were really pushing for, you can still combine it with the normal cesium plugin. I don't know if you've used it or not, but the Google 3D tiles for us have been a game changer. It's a really, really easy way to contextualize our projects and data on top of it. And yeah, here you can see that we even use it for VR now. So I'm going to go a little bit more in depth into what this plugin does. Basically, you have the iTwin platform where all of the data lives. That gets exported into the cloud as cesium 3D tile mesh or export. We we have an API that connects it with our plugin in Unreal, and that gets then translated back into a mesh that you can see inside of Unreal Engine. So here, there we go. You can see that any type of data can be stored in the iTwin platform. So it's not only our MicroStation models. It can be Revit, it can be Rhino, it can be SketchUp, whatever you want can live in the iTwin platform. And what comes with the plugin? First of all, as 3DFT was a tech preview, this is actually a official supported plugin. We have a complete new team of, I think, 8 developers working full-time on this solution. So we're really going long-term with this plugin. It uses the Cesium 3 tiles open format. We want to use, we're pushing to making everything open source. So the plugin is open source, of course, and then the Cesium 3 tiles can be used in other engines as well, which I will not mention. It supports both iModels and reality meshes, which was a really big ask from our customers. It's going to have regular updates monthly or even every 2 weeks. And for those of you who know Synchro 4D and what 4D animation is, that is going to be the first update that's coming